It is 7 AM and I got up about 15 minutes ago. Made myself a coffee. I woke Harry up. I'm off work again today, but I like to get up early still because I like to keep myself in that routine. I definitely feel the benefits of getting up early, but I do find it easier to get up when I know I haven't got to leave the house, because when I get up early for work, it's a struggle. It is literally still dark outside, as you can see over there. I've just chucked on a Sam and Billy podcast. I'm gonna watch that, have my coffee, and then I'll probably have my breakfast, and yeah, I will start my day. I'm actually gonna film a little get ready with me for you guys today and answer some of your questions, because I thought, where I've like gained a few followers over the last few months, you guys probably don't really know me, and yeah, I've done videos like that in the past, like Q&As and stuff, but I don't expect you guys to go back and watch them. So I feel like every now and then doing a Q&A is good, because it's just good for you guys to kind of get to know me a little better. Harry has just started weeing. I don't know if you can hear that, but I think I should cut the camera now. Okay, let's do my makeup. I've just made myself another coffee. Yeah, I'll try and kind of name the products I'm using and whatnot throughout. I'm not that great at multitasking, I must admit. When I've done these videos before, I do get a bit like carried away with chatting and not really doing my makeup. I've moisturised my face. I've curled my hair as well because my hair was a big frizz ball, so I was going to curl it after, but I thought I'll do it before because then it will look pretty for when I do my makeup. So I use the Maybelline. Okay, this is going to be a problem if this light doesn't play ball. So I use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then I use my damp beauty blender to blend out. I have such dark eyes, like it's an actual joke. I feel like they're getting worse. I should get the questions up, shouldn't I? That's a good start. Foundation, by the way, again, Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 128. So the first question is, favourite thing about living with your partner? I think like the fact that you always have someone there to talk to. Like, even if we're not in the same room, like, I know that he's here. You know, like when he's like playing upstairs in his room or whatever, or he's downstairs playing his games. Like, I know that he's here, so I know that I can kind of just pop down or pop in for a chat or a cuddle. Or maybe just like, you know, the chill days where you can just laze about and do anything together. You can literally do whatever you want, whenever you want. You both kind of can decide together what you want to do. What do you do for work and do you like it? Just going back in with my concealer, by the way. So I am a receptionist for an investment management company in London. So I basically look after all of the client meeting rooms. We get a lot of clients that come up to have meetings about their like portfolios and stuff like that, and in their investments and all that important stuff. Yeah, that is my job. And did it say, do I like it? Do you like it? Yes, I do. I absolutely love it. It just suits me and my kind of lifestyle at the moment. Right, now I'm going in with my contour stick, which is kind of a new product that I've been using. Basically, I had to use all liquid products for a video that I was doing for GLOSSYBOX. It was like a reel that I was making for them, and it was like I think it was 8 different ways to use a beauty blender, and now that is literally my makeup routine. I use every product with a beauty blender, and this was one of the products that I picked up. It was the NYX Wonder Stick, and it's in the shade light medium, which is perfect for my skin tone. yeah, I literally just do 2 lines here and at the top. And I also contour my nose. Well, I try to contour my nose. I don't actually know if it does anything. It must do, because when I blend it out, it must have some sort of shadow there. And then with this stick, it actually comes with a highlighter as well. So you can, what I do is I do that. Just go in the middle and then I blend it all out. Right, next question. Saving tips. Oh God. I'm probably not the best person to ask, to be honest. I am not the best saver. As much as I would love to be, I find it really difficult. Last year, was it last year? Or, well, a little bit of last year and most of 2020, because I wasn't going into work, I wasn't travelling, I wasn't getting the train, and my train fare into London every year is £6,208. So in 2020, when we got told basically to go home and stay home until further notice, I cancelled my season ticket, meaning that I was saving about £400 a month. Well, a bit more than that actually. Probably like, I think it was like £470 or something like that a month I was saving during lockdown. That was so easy, because what I was doing was, because I'm so used to that money just basically not being in my pay slip because it gets taken out before, I was just putting that money away and pretending as if I was just paying for my train ticket, you know? So that was a big help, because actually during 2020, Harry lost his job twice. It was kind of handy to know that we had that there. Anyway, so basically in 2020, I was like a saving queen. I saved so much money, which I was so proud of. It made me feel so good. And then obviously as soon as I started to pay for my train ticket again, which was only just kind of towards the end of last year, I bought my new season ticket because obviously we moved house and I was travelling into work like pretty much every day. The savings stopped. I mean, if I was to give any tip, it would be to, as soon as you get paid, put however much you want to save away, whether it be in an ISA, in a pot that you can't access, give it to a parent or a partner or someone that you can trust that can put it aside for you. But it's just so easier said than done, isn't it? So yeah, that's my only tip really, because I'm not very good at saving. Okay, so my contour is all blended out. I mean, I'm kind of going for like a natural look today, because I'm not really going out for anything, so I'm not going to go crazy, but obviously with contour you can kind of do it as harsh as you want. Like if you want a bit more of a defined look, then you slap loads more on, but I'll just go for the natural look today, which is like most days, to be honest, when I go to work. And then I go in with my blush. So the blush that I picked up was the Iconic London one in the shade Sheer Blush. Is that the name? Sheer Blush. I've just switched on the main light. I don't know if that helps, but it might do. So I just pop the blush on my cheekies like that, and then I blend it out. Okay, next question. How do you get motivated to get up so early to get to work? I struggle so much. Oh my God. Right, so I don't think I used to be that bad, but I snooze my alarm so much of the morning now. I never used to be a snoozer, like ever. I would probably snooze it like 2-3 times maximum. But now, I'm not joking, like for example this morning, I set my alarm for 5 to 6 and I don't think I got up until, I think it was like 6:30 or something. So that's a long time to snooze. So like I have to be careful now because like on a week, like when I'm actually going to work, sorry, I have to smile because it kind of brings out my cheeks and then you can kind of guide where you want to blend it. So yeah, I have to be careful when I'm actually going to work because if I snooze my alarm for too long, and because our trains are like 1 hour, if we miss our train, it's just a nightmare. It's hard, isn't it? Like, I'm not going to say like I wake up every day and feel motivated to go to work. Even though I love my job, it's not easy for me to get up. Like, there are days where I wake up and I genuinely say to myself in my head, I can't do this anymore. Like, I do. And I think everyone's been there. Everyone wakes up and they're like, I just physically can't do this anymore. Sometimes I do say to myself, if I'm getting really deep with myself and I want to kind of make myself realise how lucky I am, I kind of say like, there are people out there that would absolutely love your job and you're kind of taking it for granted. You know, I'm very, very lucky in my job. It's like the most perfect company. I work with the best people, the best manager. I couldn't ask for anything better, to be honest. But it's just that getting up and getting out of bed, which is the hardest part. Going to bed early is always a good tip. I am known to be quite a early sleeper. I like to get in bed for around about 10 o'clock. And be asleep by 10:30. Sorry, my camera was about to cut off. So yeah, that is my tip. So just go to bed early, and which is obviously like the known tip, but just try and kind of remind yourself, obviously if you're in a job that you love, just every now and then just talk to yourself and be like, you know, someone out there would love to have my job. I'm so grateful to have it. Just try and remind yourself of the good things of your job and why you do it and why you love it. You know, no one wants to be a bum. Like, you don't want to be sitting about on your ass all day, do you? So yeah, I hope that helps. Right, now I go in with my setting powder. Maybelline Lasting Fix Loose Setting Powder. Again, use my beauty blender and I literally just get right under my eye. So, another question. Tips of getting a mortgage and saving for a house. Okay, so the saving thing, I guess I kind of already answered that question. But I mean, saving for a house is kind of different because you have got, I guess, an end goal that you want to achieve. Put your money away at the beginning of the month. As soon as you get paid it, put it straight away into a pot or to someone, but kind of always bear in mind when you are putting it away what you're doing it for. Like, having your own home is such a good thing to have. So just think, like, once you've saved for your own home, you don't have to save as hard when you have your home because you can actually enjoy spending your money on decorating your home and making it perfect. So even though for however long you need to save for, just know that it's not going to be like that forever, and there will be a time where you can actually have fun with your money. So just always remember that. Remember what you're saving for and how important it is, and saving for a house is really important. Tips of getting a mortgage, I would just say make sure your credit rating is good. I've heard that like having credit cards is really good for your credit rating or your credit score, whatever it's called, but I've never really had a credit card and I think I've always been okay. Just make sure that you've got your own bills and stuff, like phone bill, whether you drive, like you might have a car finance, car insurance coming out of your bank so they can see that you're, you know, good with your direct debits, I guess. I'm definitely not the best person to ask because I literally just wing it. Like when we did it, I was just clueless. However, my friend Hazelwood is very, very good at those sort of topics. So head over to her channel because she's got plenty of saving tips, mortgage tips, help to buy info. Head over to her channel if you want like a proper rundown of what you have to do because I'm not really good with that sort of stuff. But yeah, just make sure your credit rating is good. That's all I'm going to say. And get a mortgage advisor. And yeah, that's about it really. Sorry, I can't really help too much about that. The next question, any house plans this year? Well, so I did want to do a fair bit to the house this year. I kind of wanted to put most of my money towards getting the garden done, you know, like the garden patio bit. I wanted to get the whole, like the landing out there and downstairs, all that plaster taken off. Oh my god, my thing's running out again. I think my memory card's full. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my memory card was full, so I had to change it. And whilst I was off camera, I just penciled in my brows. I used the, again, Maybelline Tattoo Brow Crayon in the shade Blonde, which is 2. And then I go in with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, the clear gel, to just kind of keep them up in position. And this is like the best brow setter that I've ever used. So yeah, I wanted to take that plaster off of the ceiling, off of the walls and the Artex off the ceiling in the hallway and the landing upstairs, which I may still be able to do, but in my 2022 plans vlog, I mentioned that I'm swaying more towards a holiday than doing anything to the house. But who knows? There may be ways around doing it both, like doing it all, sorry. You just don't know how the year is going to plan out, do you? How did the banister repainting go? I haven't done anything to the banister yet. I'm still in 2 minds of what to do. I'll show you after, actually. I'll show you after this part of the video what I did, you know, when I sanded it down and it started to take the paint off. How did you get into your current job? What do you enjoy or dislike about it? Can you see yourself always doing that? Okay, so I partly did answer this question, didn't I? So I won't go into too much detail. What do I enjoy and dislike about it? I enjoy that I get to pretty much see, well, not everyone in the building, but like you get to kind of chat to a lot of people in the company, because obviously they're always coming up for meetings, so you can see quite a lot of people throughout your day. Not that they really chat for long, but I guess it's just nice to kind of have like a bit of interaction with the people. What do I dislike about it? I dislike how sometimes it can be really, really quiet, I guess. And if there's nothing going on, like there may be a time where I have to stay till late, even though there's no meetings and stuff. So that can sometimes be a little bit painful to do. Like if you know there's no meetings I'm talking like on a normal, like before all this stuff was going on in the world, like when it was busy, basically. Say for example, there was a day where the last meeting would be at 4 or something, but I'm on the late shift, so I don't technically finish until 6. I would have to stay until 6 in case like a meeting decided to pop up, you know, someone wanted a last minute meeting or whatever, you know, I'd have to be there, which fair enough, you know, it's understandable, but I'm just saying, like, that's like the only thing really that I would say I dislike about my job. There's not really anything else that I would say I dislike. Any more house DIY plans? Answered that question. Do you want to get a pet in the near future? I'm not really, well, when I was a teenager, I really, really wanted a dog, like a cute little fluffy one, and she would always be like, you know, no, Holly, you're at school, like, who's going to be looking after it all the time? You know, you've got to take it out for walks, you've got to clean up the dog mess. But as I've got older, I've realised that they are a big responsibility. They are like having a baby. And I think because me and Harry, we work in London, you know, we're not here to look after a dog. We don't have the time for it Monday to Friday. So Harry would get a dog in a heartbeat. He is a dog person. He's always had dogs growing up, whereas I haven't. So I feel like that's why I don't have that urge to get a dog. I think the idea of having a dog is cute. I really do, but it's just not something that I really feel like I want. Like, I think I could live my life without having a dog, But Harry is adamant that we will have a dog at one point. So who knows? Any holiday plans for this year? Well, like I said in my 2022 plans vlog, I do really want to go away this year. This is just a lip tint, by the way, by GLOSSYBOX. Well, not by GLOSSYBOX, but I got in a GLOSSYBOX. It's called Glow on Fifth Beauty tinted lip balm. I'll just chuck that on for a little bit of colour on my lips. So yeah, who knows? Maybe sooner than expected. I'm kind of going with kind of like the restrictions and stuff, because that's the only thing that's putting me off at the moment, because where me and Harry can't work from home and we're not... Sorry, I don't like saying stuff like that on my channel, just in case it kind of like puts my videos into like a bad category or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it stops people from seeing my videos. So it's more complicated for us to go away. So we would have to quarantine on our return, even though if you get a negative test on day 2, you still have to quarantine for 8 days, or you can pay to release yourself on day 5. I just think it's bizarre. So yeah, it's a bit awkward for us, and we can't really take the time off work to quarantine, so I'm trying to work around it. What are your life goals over the next 5 years or so? Having a family is definitely up there with one of my goals. Some of you guys may not know this, but like, I am quite maternal. I take after my mum. I feel like I was put on this earth to be a mum. Yeah, I just think that's my kind of like responsibility in this life, is to be a mum. So yeah, that's like my top goal. I guess marriage, I mean 5 years, where would that take me? So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, that would take me to 30. So, 30, wow, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd hope to maybe be married by then. Obviously I'm engaged, I'm not wearing my ring, it is right here. I don't like to wear my jewellery when I'm doing my makeup, just in case, I don't know, my hands get all makeup on them and stuff. So yeah, I would like to have kids, be married, definitely still living in this house. This is going to be like a long-term house. I'm happy to be in the same job that I'm in at the moment. I would love to by then have a bigger community on my YouTube channel and just have like a big group of people that I can provide good content for and help make feel relaxed, you know, by watching my videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope that like my YouTube channel and stuff like grows by then. That's basically it. Nothing kind of extravagant. How and where did you meet Harry, and how long have you been together? So we met weirdly when I was about 13, 14. And he must have been 15. And we used to go to this ice skating rink in Romford. It was like the thing to do, like every Friday or Saturday, you'd go to Romford Ice Rink and they would have like this party disco and you'd be on the ice and it would just be like a big party for like teenagers. I never really used to be able to skate, but Harry was like one of the pros there. And he would be with all his friends and he would be like skating around like really fast, you know, like how ice hockey players skate, because I think he used to play ice hockey as well. I kind of fancied him. We had a bit of a thing back then, but I remember him saying like, oh, you're too young, like, you know, the age gap is just like too much, like people are gonna look at me weirdly. We saw each other for a little bit, like dated, I guess, like we'd meet up with friends or we'd meet up on our own and have a little smooch and whatnot. Nothing major. And then literally we stopped speaking for a good 5-6 years. Like we lost complete contact. And then he actually slid into my DMs about 6 years later when I was 17. Basically, he thought he saw me with his friend. His girlfriend looked like me and he thought it was me. So that made him find me on social media and message me. And yeah, he was just like, we was just chatting, like kind of asking each other what we're up to nowadays and whatnot. And then we ended up meeting up. And like he was driving at that point, he came and picked me up and we sat in the car. I think he just came to my house and we sat in the car for like a good 3-4 hours just chatting and catching up. I weren't really feeling it, like I kept putting it off, I was like airing him for a little while, like not really replying to his texts. And then all of a sudden I felt really bad, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just reply and just like go with it and just see where it takes me. Yeah, it kind of just went from there, and we ended up like getting really, really close, and here we are today. So it is crazy to think back to when I was 13 and think that, oh my God, I'm going to be engaged to Harry Norfolk. I'm going to be living with Harry Norfolk. Like, he was my crush back then. It's crazy. So we've known each other for a very long time. And lastly, which YouTubers inspire you? So I think that's a good one to end on. So my favourite YouTubers are, I think my top one at the moment is Sydney May Crouch. I love her. I just love her energy. I love her because I think she's just so real. I loved her when she was with when it was Sid and Elle, and when she came out solo and started doing it on her own, I loved her even more. I just think her content is just so realistic. Her fashion is so good. Yeah, I just love her whole vibe. So yeah, I'm going to say Sid. When I watch her, I definitely get inspired. And yeah, that is all the questions. So I'm sorry if I rambled on for too long there. Definitely going to have to cut this part of the vlog short. I am going to end this vlog here because I know for a fact that this is going to be really long with this bit in. But I will show you my banister because I forgot to show you the other day. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. I think you can, but there's like little white speckles there. That's where the paint has started to come off as I was rubbing it down with the sandpaper. I mean, I don't think it was supposed to do that because I got the finest sandpaper and it still did it, and I was doing it really lightly as well, but there we go. Look at that chip. I hope you enjoyed the little get ready with me part and Q&A. Hopefully that's allowed you guys to get to know me a little better. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one.